to Theater 33 for the show The Little Prince that our Studio 33 youth group has prepared for you. The kids in the group are ages 8.5 to 14, and they've been working really hard to deliver this wonderful story for you. Little Prince, a very famous story by Antoine Saint-Exupery, but the really cool part is that the music was originally written for us, so all the songs that you will hear are an original creation of a local composer. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. There's some seats. Go ahead and enjoy it. We are a bilingual nonprofit community teaching theater, and we have classes for kids and for older kids. We start as young as 9, and we have classes in Russian and in English, so should you be interested in joining our classes, talk to me. We also have classes for adults that start in March, and it's going to be elocution for the stage. The classes are going to be taught by one of our instructors, Tyler Polomsky. We also, in your brochure, in your programs, you will see that we have already announced our next youth project. It's going to be Cinderella, Rodgers and Hammershine's famous Cinderella question.
Could I do voice acting?
Voice acting. That would be part of our acting classes. We have classes for kids 9 to 12 and 12 plus. So I'm guessing you fall into the second category, and they're also taught by Tyler. And there's voice and everything all together. So Cinderella starts on March 3rd. Kids 9 to 18 are very welcome. Also, we are starting our summer camp program. The registration will be available shortly. It's a 2-week program. The kids get to put on a full-blown production in those 2 weeks, and you get to enjoy it if your kiddos are part of it. It will be right here. What else? Sign up for our newsletter. That's the best way to know what's happening, when it's happening, and how you can be a part of it. And last but not least, everything that we do, community events, shows for kids, adults, little ones, big ones, is made possible by people like you. Thank you very much for supporting us by coming to our shows and being part of our events. And we do have a couple of very important sponsors to thank. We have the For Culture, it's the King County Arts Organization, City of Bellevue Arts Commission, Washington State Arts Commission, Bellevue Rotary Club. They've all been very kind to us and have supported us financially through their grant programs. So thank you very much for being with us, and put your hands together like someone tells me here to welcome the young actors to the stage.
When I was 6 years old, once upon a very long time ago, I made this drawing. I showed my masterpiece to the grown-ups and asked, "Does this frighten you?" But they said, why should anyone be frightened by a hat? It was not a hat, so I drew it for them more clearly. Grown-ups always need to have things explained to them. It was a boa constrictor having swallowed an elephant. But this time they said, put those crayons away and study arithmetic or geography or something important. So I did, but I always kept my first drawing would be as a test of true understanding. But no matter who I showed it to, they would always say, that is a hat. So I throw it away and never again speak to them about boa constrictors or primeval forests or stars. And I never again made another drawing. I learned to pilot airplanes. Six years ago, I had an accident with my plane in the desert of Sahara. Whoa! Hold on there, my friend. Where are we? What's the matter with you? Looks like I'm gonna have to take you down. Come in! Tanders! Tanders! Come in! This is Solitaire. Do you read me? Solitaire! Going down for emergency landing. Making emergency landing at approximately...
Please draw me a sheep.
What? Where are we? Something tells me this isn't the Riviera. Right, the store, the engine trouble, the radio, Come in, Tanders, Tanders. Do you read me? Cairo, come in. Somebody, anybody. Damn.
Draw me a sheep.
Who are you?
If you please, draw me a sheep.
What are you doing here?
Draw me a sheep.
I don't draw.
You used to.
How would you know?
Draw me a sheep.
When a mystery is too overpowering, one dares not disobey.
No, I don't want an elephant inside of a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor is way too dangerous. An elephant is very big. I need a sheep. Draw me a sheep. This one is already very sickly. Make me another. You can see it for yourself. That's not a sheep. It's a ram. See? It has horns.
This is a box. The sheep you want is inside.
This is exactly the way I wanted it. Look, it's gone to sleep.
And that is how I made the acquaintance of the little prince. again. It took me a long time to learn where he came from. This little prince who asked so many questions never seemed to hear the ones I asked.
It is true, isn't it? Sheep eat little bushes.
Where did you go yesterday?
It is true, isn't it?
Yes.
Then it follows that they also eat baobabs, correct?
Well, baobabs are not little bushes. They're trees as big as castles and...
Yes, but before they are so big, the baobabs, they start out being little.
Strictly speaking, yes. Where do you come from? Where's your family? Why do you want the sheep to eat the little baobabs anyways? Don't you ever answer a question?
What is this object?
This is not an object. This is my plane, my friend. It flies.
Hello.
It doesn't talk. It's true, I talk to it occasionally, but it doesn't answer back.
That doesn't seem very satisfactory. You dropped down from the sky?
Yes.
You two come from the sky? Which is your planet?
What?
Though it is true, on an airplane like that, you couldn't have come down very far.
You come from another planet?
Listen to that sunset. Do you hear the music?
What music?
It is so wonderful that here the sunsets last such a long time. Where I come from, they are much shorter. We have many more of them.
It's clear I'm not getting a straight answer out of you. I have to get back to my plane.
One time I watched the sunset 44 times.
44 times.
Come with me.
Enough of this. I have important things to...
Come. You see, where I come from, the planet is so small that all you need to do is move your chair a few steps, and you can see the day end and the twilight fall as many times as you like. But here, on your planet, you can walk and still be that magnificent sunset. One loves the sunset, but one is so sad.
Were you so sad then?
I kept wondering what it was I was missing in the machine I had. So far away from home, it is nice to have someone to watch the sunset with. The thing that is so great about the box you have given me is that at night, my sheep can use it as a house.
And if you're good, I'll draw you a post and a string so you can tie him during the day.
Tie him? And what a strange idea.
Well, he might run off, you know.
Run off? Where do you think he would go?
Well, anywhere. Straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Nobody can go that far. Maybe here at sunset.
Wait, where do you think you're going? Look, I really don't intend to be here all that long. Straight ahead, nobody can go there. What's that supposed to mean? Let's see now. One half-eaten croissant, stale, some lovely cheese. Right. Some other thing. I'm sure I'll find it delectable if I'm here long enough, but I'm equally as sure it won't come to that. You're gonna be more cooperative today, right, my friend?
Talking to your friend who doesn't answer back?
Sunset so soon?
What is this?
That's water, my survival.
Through my journey, I met a man who sold pills to quench thirst. If you took one a week, you would never need water.
They could have come in handy. You don't happen to have any, do you?
If I were thirsty, I would rather take a stroll to a fresh spring of water.
That would be nice, but since there's no spring of fresh water here in the desert and you don't happen to have any of those pills, How long have you been on this journey?
Have you always been alone?
No, but I prefer it that way.
Do you?
What about you? You live alone on your planet and... well,
Listen to the sunset. Do you hear the music?
music? No.
I did. No.
I know you did. You hear the music.
No, I lived alone until the dawn. I lived waiting for sunsets. You remember? Well, I guess that's when my journey really began.
What is this journey you keep talking about?
Every day, I would live a well-ordered life, and every morning, I would have such a lot to do. First, I would clean out my 2 volcanoes. Well, actually, I have 3, but the third one's extinct. I clean it anyway. One never knows. But then, there are the baobabs. They burrow down so deeply, and their roots spread so wide that if I don't dig them up as soon as I see them, they could break my planet into pieces. It is very hard work, but one day, however, when I finished, well, that was the day I was pretty for sunsets. Something was missing.
Did you find the answer then? In the sunsets?
No, not in the sunset, but in the dawn the next day. That morning, from a seed blown from who knows where, a small sprout appeared. But it wasn't like any other small sprout on the planet. See? If I watched it carefully, it could have been some new kind of baobab. But instead, it became clear it was something entirely new. It stopped growing and began to get ready to produce a flower. A flower like no flower I'd ever seen before. It chose its colors carefully and it adjusted its petals one by one. A mysterious and glorious creature. And then, when the dawn rose,
very confusing.
It's okay. It doesn't really matter, as long as we're here together. What is it?
What's we?
Well, that's you and me. We're we.
Sounds like a pretty jolly life you had there.
Yes, it was. She was so beautiful, and she was someone I could talk to, who answered back.
Yes, well...
But as time went on, things changed.
Sounds familiar.
She seemed to resent every moment I had on doing my chores.
Right on this tiny lonely planet I stand. A perfect girl's but born in this barren land.
you're dry. Do you think I might have a drink?
Certainly, as soon as I finish these last albums.
What? Water.
Better?
Yes, but I'm feeling a bit of a chill. Oh, but now I'm terribly warm again.
And so it kept happening, day after day after day, until I couldn't take it anymore. Don't you see? If I don't return to my work, the baobabs, they could become harmful to you.
Well, go back to your baobabs and if they're so very important. Go on, go back to your precious weeds.
She was so beautiful, but she made me so upset. I had so many questions, but no one to ask. I had to find some answers. I had to go. I cleaned out my 2 volcanoes, including the extinct one. And then, goodbye. Goodbye.
Take the screen away, please.
But the wind.
I don't really need it. The night air would do me good. I'm a flower after all.
I can take the caterpillar.
No, leave it. I suppose I must endure the presence of 2 or 3 caterpillars if I wish to be acquainted with the butterflies. It seems that they're very beautiful. And if not for the caterpillars and then butterflies, who will I talk to? You'll be far away. As for any larger creatures, I'm not afraid. I have my thorns to protect me. Don't linger like this. I've decided to go now, so goodbye.
That was the last time I saw her. Is that my flower?
Oh no! It's just a doodle.
You should do it more often. Of course, she has a longer stem. And she has more petals. And she has 4 thorns, if you remember.
Listen, I told you I don't draw. I've only ever drawn a boa constrictor from the inside and a boa constrictor from the outside, and
It's okay. Children will understand.
children were never the problem. It was the adults who couldn't see.
It's really good. Who knows? Maybe if you keep doodling, you could become an artist instead of a...
Instead of what? Look, I have important things to do.
Important things?
Yes, important things. And besides, isn't it time for you to take your leave? The sun has set after all. How am I supposed to know the details of your dear flower anyway? More petals, longer stem, for all I know the damn thing could look... What? Who cares what it looks like?
Oh, I see. You added the longer stem. You added more petals. You added the wood thorns. And a tear.
Well, I thought she might have been sad.
Yes. You're right, of course. But then I only knew my feelings. In fact, I didn't understand anything at all. One never listens to flowers. They simply look at them and smell their fragrance. Mine perfumed all over my planet. I was too young to know how to love her. So I flew away.
Always
inhabited by only one man. The first planet I went to was inhabited by a king seated on a throne.
Ah, a subject! Approach that I may see you better. It is not proper to yawn in the presence of a king. I order you not to yawn!
I can't help it. I've traveled such a long way and I haven't gotten any sleep.
Then, I order you to yawn. It's been years since I've seen anyone yawn. Yes, yes, give us a good one now.
I guess I can't anymore.
Then, I order you sometimes to yawn and sometimes not to yawn. My orders are very reasonable, don't you think?
May I sit down?
I order you to sit down.
Sir?
Sire.
Sire?
Sure.
Sire, may I ask you a question?
I order you to ask me a question.
Over what do you rule?
Over everything.
Everything?
Everything.
And the stars obey you?
Sure they do. The sun and moon as well.
Well, then, could you possibly order a sunset? I'd love to see one.
And so you shall.
When?
Soon. I need to wait for the conditions to be favorable.
And when's that?
About this evening, 20 to 8. You'll see how well I'm obeyed.
I better be going.
Oh, don't go. I'll make you a minister of justice.
But there's no one to judge.
Then you shall judge yourself. That is the most difficult thing of all.
Judge myself?
It's more difficult to judge oneself than to judge others. I make you my ambassador!
The grown-ups seem so strange. But then, I knew it. It might be of some use to go to the rest of the planet as well. Oh. That's really good.
What?
Your drawings. You could draw them. And then for whoever sees them, it would be like they were here on my journey as well.
Wait a minute, I don't draw.
The next planet I went to was inhabited by a very grand person who seemed to know who I was exactly when I went there. I would admire. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Good morning. What a strange hat you're wearing. It's a hat for acknowledging compliments. I always when people acclaim. Unfortunately, nobody ever passes by this way. Now sit down there. Very good, very good. Now clap your hands. Once again. Now ask it. Do you really admire me very much? Well, I just love it when you admire me. Admire? What does that mean? It means you regard me as the handsomest, best dressed, richest, most intelligent man on this planet. But you're the only one on this planet. Even so, couldn't you just admire me anyway? Come on. I agreed to admire him, but I didn't understand why it was so important. Oh, that's really good.
You think?
I can almost see him tipping his hat.
Grown-ups are very fond of hats.
Yeah, I think altogether they're very strange.
Me too. Go on, what happened next?
The next planet that I went to was of
3 and 2 make 5. 5 and 7 make 12.
Good morning.
That makes 5,001,347.
5,000 million what?
I can't stop now. I'm much too busy. Can't you see? I'm sure with important things. 500 million, 3 and 2 make...
Millions of what?
Millions of these little objects in the sky.
The flies?
No, glittering objects.
The fireflies?
No, little gold objects that set lazy men to idle dreaming.
You mean the stars?
Yes, the stars. As for me, I'm concerned with important things. No time for idle dreaming in my life.
What do you do with all those stars?
What do I do with? What do I do with them?
Yes.
Nothing. I own them.
You own them?
Yes.
How can anyone own the stars?
To whom do they belong?
I don't know. To nobody?
They belong to me because I was the first person to think of it.
What good does it to own all those stars?
It makes me rich.
And what does that do?
I can put them in a bank.
What? What do you mean?
It means I write down the number of stars on a piece of paper, put the paper in a jar, and lock it with a key.
I myself own a flower, of which I water every day. So it is some use to her that I own her. But for you, you have no use of all those stars. Goodbye. The next planet I visited was a planet even smaller than mine. Stood an old sweet man dressed for the winter, lighting a street lamp. Good morning. Why have you just turned your lamp off?
Good morning. Those are the orders.
What are the orders?
The orders are that Oops, good evening.
Why have you just turned it back on?
Those are the orders.
I don't understand.
There's nothing to understand. Orders are orders. You see, I follow a terrible profession. In the olden days, it was reasonable. I would put my lamp out in the morning and I'd turn it back on in the evening. And I'd have the rest of the day for relaxation and the rest of the night to sleep.
The orders have changed since then?
The orders have not changed since then. Good morning. And that is the tragedy. You see, year after year, my planet has been spinning faster and faster. And now, once every minute, I light my lamp and I put it out again.
I know a way for you to relax whenever you want to.
Oh, yes, please tell me. I always want to rest.
Your planet is very small that a few steps take you all the way around. So all you need to do is walk slowly, very slowly. And then the day will last as long as you like.
Good evening. I'm afraid that does me no good. You see, if there's one thing I want to do in this life, it's sleep. And you can't sleep when you're walking.
Then you're unlucky.
I am unlucky. Good morning. Good evening. Good morning. Good evening.
To me, that man was the only one out of all of them that didn't seem selfish. He cared about his work, and his work was important, therefore beautiful. He was the only one that I couldn't be my friend. But there wasn't any room on his planet for two. The next planet I went to was of a
Geographer.
what's that?
The geographer is a scholar that knows the intentions of all the seas, towns, rivers, deserts, and mountains.
Oh, the planet is so beautiful. Has it any oceans?
I couldn't tell you.
How about mountains?
Don't know.
What about towns, rivers, deserts? But you're a geographer.
Exactly, but I'm not an explorer. Explorers travel towns, seas, rivers, mountains, oceans, and deserts. Geographers are much too important to do that. We stay at our desks and report to the explorers they call their travels. Why, I recognize you now. You're an explorer. You can describe my planet to me. No, wait. You come from far away. Describe your planet to me.
Well, I have a flower.
We don't report flowers
Why not?
because they are ephemeral.
What does that mean?
It means in danger of speedy disappearance.
You're saying that my flower is in danger of speedy disappearance, and I left her all alone with only four thorns to defend herself? What do I do?
Why don't you visit the planet Earth? I hear it has a good reputation.
And so I did. And when I came there, I met someone. Good evening.
Good evening.
What planet is this?
This is Earth. This is Africa.
Are there any people on Earth?
This is the desert. There are no people in the desert. The Earth is large.
Look, there's my planet. It's right above us.
It's very beautiful.
I wonder if the stars shine bright enough for everyone to find his way home.
What has brought you here?
I'm having some trouble with a flower.
A flower. Aw.
Where are the men? It's very lonely here in the desert.
It is also lonely among men.
You're a funny animal. You are no bigger than a finger.
But I am more powerful than the finger of a king.
No, you're not. You don't have any feet.
But I can carry it farther than a ship. Whomever I touch, I send back to the earth from where they come. But you are innocent and come from a star. You lead me to pity. I can help you someday if you go too homesick. I can. Do you know who I am?
Yes, very well.
You shouldn't talk to snakes. They're very dangerous. And you shouldn't trust them either. They're treacherous creatures.
What's going on here?
You should not tell him not to trust me. I never lie. Taught a matter of perception. Lies, truth, snakes, cats, death, life. What you see is not always what it is. But then you would know that. He knows who I am, do you? Understandably, I was very upset. Not only were my food and water supplies nearly gone, but I was experiencing serious hallucinations. I worked frantically through the night and all of next day determined to make my plane work. End when, at sunset, of course.
Please, you have to tell me. It's very important. I have to know. Do sheep eat her bushes? Will they eat flowers too? Will they eat my flower?
Sheep eat anything.
Even flowers have thorns?
Even flowers that have thorns.
Then why do they have them?
Come in.
What good is
Come
it?
in. Morocco.
If they don't
Come
help
in.
them, why?
Cairo, come in. Flowers have thorns just of spite.
I don't believe you. Flowers are naive creatures. They would never hurt anyone. And if they hurt you, it's because they don't understand. And you actually believe the flowers.
I don't believe anything. I just said the first thing that came to my head. This is a matter of life and death. Don't you understand? I have wasted so much time on pictures of your silly little stories, and I'm busy with important things.
You are just like the businessman.
The businessman.
He has never smelled a flower. He has never looked at a star. And all day, every day he says, just like you, I am busy with important things. But he is not a man. He is a mushroom. Flowers have been growing thorns for millions of years. For millions of years, the sheep have been eating them just the same. And is it not a matter of consequence to try to understand why the flowers go through so much trouble? It is no use to them. If someone melts a flower, of which just one blossom grows, and all the millions and millions of stars, it is enough to make him happy. Just to look and see it. But if the sheep eat the flower, then all the stars will be darkened. And you think that's not important?
Little man, please,
And I myself know a flower which is important in the whole universe that could be eaten by a sheep in one single bite. And you think that's not important?
Please, I'm sorry. The flower you love is not in danger. I'll draw a railing that you can put around your flower. I didn't know what to say. How could I ever mend the damage that I had done? Then I had an idea. It's a muzzle for your sheep, so you'll never need to worry about his eating your flower. He was, of course, too far away to reach. Such a secret place, land of tears. I searched through the desert, through the night, and all the next day, and I didn't see him until at sunset, of course. So far away from home, it's nice to have someone to watch the sunset with. Once I saw a rosy-colored brick house with geraniums in the windows and doves on the roofs, and I thought about telling someone about that house. But I knew that from that description, they wouldn't be able to appreciate it. If, on the other hand, I were to say, I saw a house worth $1 million, they would say, oh, what a nice house that must be. Last night, I have learned that I have become quite like those people. So, when you talk to me about things, sometimes I can't quite appreciate how important they are to you. I can't see sheep through walls of boxes anymore. It's a muzzle for your sheep, so you'll never need to worry about his eating your flower. You put it on like this.
I see. How's your friend?
Oh, him? No change, I'm afraid.
Pogosova understand. I know. It's been nearly a year since my arrival, and I've seen many places.
Oh, yes, would you tell me about them?
After I met the snake, I came across a flower with no importance at all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are the men?
Men? I thought I saw 6 years of food of them several years
years ago passing by, but one never knows where they are. The wind blows them away. And that makes their lives very difficult. Oh yeah, I'm no roots. I see. Goodbye. Goodbye. After that, I climbed a high mountain, this high. And then, when I got to the top, I thought I would see a whole planet, but I saw nothing. Good morning! Good morning! Good morning! Good morning. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Be my friend! I'm all alone! I'm all alone! I'm all alone! I'm all alone. These people have no imagination. They just say whatever you say to them.
It was the echo.
After that, I walked through snow, rocks, and sand until I got to a road that led to a garden.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who are you? You're really pretty to look at.
I'm a fox.
Will you come play with me? I'm so unhappy.
Play with you? I can't play with you.
Why not?
Because I'm not tamed and you're one of them.
Done?
Yeah, the ones with the guns, the hunters. Yeah, you're one of those hunters. Sure, you don't look dangerous because you're little, but how can I be sure it's not a trap? Very clever, but as things are, I'd better just...
But I don't have a gun, see?
Then you'd better watch out for them too.
What does that mean, tamed?
You don't live around here, do you?
What does that mean, tamed?
What are you looking for?
I was looking for men.
Men? They have guns and they hunt. It's very disturbing.
Oh.
They also raise chickens. Guns and chickens.
Oh.
So are you looking for chickens?
No. I was looking for men.
Oh, right. Well, you see, well, my life, it's, well, I hunt chickens. Men hunt me. All the chickens are alike. All the men are alike. It's very monotonous.
What?
Well, see, I search me out a chicken. Hey, a fella's gotta eat. But the hunters, They chase me through the woods and down the hills until I have to hide from them into a little hole until they give up. Sometimes I sit in that hole for hours just thinking.
Thinking about what?
About what it might be like if it was different. If someday someone came along, someone without a gun, someone whose footsteps would make me excited instead of sending me scurrying away. Someone who would tame me.
I would like to, really, but I don't have much time. I have so much things I have to understand.
You only understand the things you tame. Men have no time to understand anything, so they have no friends. If you want to understand, if you want a friend, you've got to tame me.
What must I do to tame you?
First, we'll sit down together in the grass, and I'll look at you out of the corner of my eye. But we will say nothing. Words are the source of miscommunication. But every day, we will sit a little closer, day after day.
I think I understand.
You think? You see those grain fields down yonder? Well, they are no use to me. They have nothing to say to me, and that is sad. But you have hair that is the color of gold. And if you tame me, the wheat, which is also golden, will bring me back the thought of you, and I shall love to listen to the wind in the wheat.
There was a flower.
Like the ones on the wall down the street?
I think she tried to tame me.
It's possible. On Earth, one sees all sorts of things.
Oh, but this was on Earth.
Wasn't on Earth?
No.
Some other planet, maybe?
Yes.
Right. Are there hunters on that planet?
No.
What about chickens?
No.
Oh, well, nothing's perfect. And to tame me, you can't just show up for a visit anytime at all. You've got to come at the same time every day. It's got to be a ritual. See, if you come at the same time every day, about an hour before you're due, I'll start getting excited. Rituals are very important, especially in taming.
Oh, I understand. Shall we begin?
Ready when you are.
1,
2, 3, go.
Our friendship's like the shining star.
are nothing. No one will tame you, and you will tame no one. You are empty. You are just like my boss before I met him. He was like a thousand other bosses, but I made him my friend. And now, we are friends. A random passerby would say that you look a lot like my rose, but she is the one I have watered. She is the one I have sheltered. For she is my rose. I must go.
Ah, I shall cry.
But I never wished you any harm.
Yes, that is so.
Then it has done you no good.
It has done me good because of the wheat fields. I shall always remember them when I see you because they are the color of your hair. And one runs the risk of weeping a little when one allows himself to be tamed.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Now here's a secret you shall remember for your travels. A very simple secret, but repeat after me so you never forget it. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly.
It is only with the heart that one can see rightly.
What is essential is invisible to the eye.
What is essential is invisible to the eye.
No!
What?
These memories of yours are very charming, but
Oh, what?
my plane is still not working and I don't have a single drop of water left to drink.
My friend the fox.
This is really no longer a matter of your fox.
Why not?
Because I'm about to die of thirst, and I guess there are worse ways to die than listening to your stories.
It is good to have a friend even if one's about to die. Come, let's look for a well.
In the desert?
Men raise 5,000 roses in one single garden, and they don't find what they're looking for. But what they're looking for is in one single rose. Or a little water.
A little water.
Let's rest.
In all the time we've been together, I've never seen you take a single drink of water yet. You did say that you were thirsty before, didn't you?
Water may be good for the heart, but the stars, they are so beautiful. And the desert is beautiful too. The desert is beautiful because somewhere there is a well. My descent here was there. It's anniversary.
So then, it was not by chance that, when I met you around a week ago, you were on your way back to where you landed.
You must go back to your plane. I will be waiting here for you.
When I came back to my plane, unbelievable seems, it was as if nothing ever happened. The engine revved and the propeller spun like a top. I was so excited I had to tell my friend. So I ran ahead of time, but when I found him, he was deep in conversation.
No, this isn't the right spot. Well, yes, this is the right day, but not the right spot. Meet me there. And then I can go back home. You have good poison? I hope. Are you sure it doesn't hurt me too much?
What are you doing talking to snakes?
I'm glad that you have fixed your engine. Now you must go back home.
How do you know?
I too am going home today. It is much more farther and more dangerous.
Little man, you're afraid.
I will be more afraid this evening.
Please tell me this is all a bad dream. The affair of the snake, the meeting place, the star.
My Rose is all alone, with only 4 thorns to defend herself. And I have left her there with no one to protect her. I have to go back.
Well, I shall not leave you.
Do not come to see. I will be gone home. But the poison, it might look like I'm dying. But do not come to see it.
I shall not leave you.
My body is too heavy for me to carry. Back to my planet. I'll leave it here. Do not come. It'll be like an empty shell. There's nothing sad about empty shells.
I shall not leave you.
The stars are so bright. Each person just look at stars. But for you will have stars that will laugh. Because in one of them, I'll be in it. And I'll be laughing. There now. That is all.
It has been 6 years now. I have never yet told this story. The companions who met me on my return were well content to see me alive. I was sad, but I told them, I am tired. Now my sorrow is comforted a little. That is to say, not entirely, but I did not find his body at daybreak. It was not such a heavy body after all. And at night, I love to listen to the stars. It is like 500 million little bells. That is, to me, the loveliest and saddest landscape in the world. Look at it carefully, so that if you ever travel to the African desert, and if you see a little man who laughs, who has golden hair, and who refuses to answer questions, you will know who he is. If this should happen, please comfort me. Send me word that he has come back.